Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Beginner to Expert. This is part 18 Angular 7 tutorial. So in this tutorial I will explain about the Angular package. So how do we create the package and how do we use those packages as a reusable component. So showing you means that how to create reusable package using Angular CLI command. So here you can check that ng g and library. So here the package name. Okay, so this is a special key. This library is the special key to create our separate project inside our main project. Okay, so those project we can build and we can create our own package. So in my upcoming video also I will show I will discuss in details how do we uh, create a package so that we can import or you can register in the npm repository. I will create one component like grid. Okay, so expert grid I will create, and those that expert grid will be used by other features module. In order to create the package, so I will use the Angular CLI command like ng g, then library, then library name. Like here I will put the name like b2e grid. Okay, so here this is my package name. So if I press enter, then it will create one folder that is called projects outside of the src folder. So here src is our project. So okay, so it is being creating projects folder. Here my package name. Okay, so what are the things inside that package name I will show you. Now you can check that project that my package has been created. So now again, if you want to create another package, so you need to use the same command. Like your package name will be something different, so those that package will be created inside the projects folder. Okay, so here if I expand that b2e grid, then my package, so here one folder is there like our main project src. Okay, and another is karma config ng package.json, like that. Okay, so this package.json similar to our main project package. Okay, so here peer dependencies like angular common and core. So this is actually I'm creating the package in angular 7. Okay, so that is why the main core features, okay, that common and core, that those are the actually peer dependencies. Okay, so build this package, that time what are the dependencies there inside this independent package, those will be compiled. So here inside src folder, three things is there. One is library, public api, and test. So this test file nothing but that unit test case. Okay, so here public api ts file. Okay, so by default you can check here inside library folder, three files reference has been given here. Okay, so one is the service component and module. Okay, this public api.ts file is useful to other feature module. Okay, let's say you have created your own package, let's say grid. Okay, so our application, let's say I have created user module, product module, where I can show the list of users or list of products as a grid view. Okay, so in those features module I can use this reusable package. Okay, so b2e grid I will use. So whenever I will import this grid module, what are the features, what are the files to be available to other component, so those files to be referenced over it here, otherwise other component will not get any information about your package. Okay, so if you create any model for your package, that package also, that module also you need to export. Okay, so here I will configure the B2E grid module will have that component, and this component also will have exported things. And if I open that grid component here, see, so by default it is injected like inline template instead of template URL. So you can create your own custom HTML for your convenience and put the reference of that HTML file over here. So yeah, similarly I will create the same things like B2E grid dot component dot html. Okay, so and also I will create one scss file component dot scss. Now my scss file and uh, here I will write grid works. Now this public API, save it. Now I will go to that grid component. Here I will put the reference of my template URL like dot slash grid component HTML, and also I will put over here styles like here dot scss. So like your component, so everything good, looking good. Here you can create your grid service. See here you can check that B2E grid service by default it is provided to the root. Okay, that means this B2E grid module is there. So if you write this, if you pass this object as provided in root, then no need to register the service by using like providers. Okay, so no need to register that because by default it will injected in the root module, that is the grid module. Okay, but I don't want this grid module, means grid service, to be injected in the grid module, as because earlier I discussed how do we create multi based instance, or how do we create the single based instance. Okay, so if you inject the service in the module level, then that means for that module whatever component is there, so all components will have one instance. Okay, but if I inject this grid service separately in the component level, that means it will create multiple based instance. Suppose you are using this grid in a page two times. Okay, let's say here one user list, and here also some other, let's say employee list. Okay, so here one type of employee list, employee list 1, here you want to show other emp list. So both are same component like emp, your emp component, and emp component will have your reusable grid. Okay, so that grid actually will show the list of emp list. So in the same page you need to show the different employee list with the help of same component. So here if you use two times of the employee list, that means two instance to be created for that component. Okay, so if you don't use that service with as a multi instance, then it will act as a singleton instance. Okay, that means one employee means first employee list can override the second employee list. Okay, so to avoid this kind of scenario, to best practice, whenever you create a page, that means one instance we need, but whenever you create that reusable component kind of things, then you have to register the service in the component level, because your package might be used in different places in or multiple times. Okay, so that is why I am using the registering that grid service in the component level, because I want that multiple instance to be created if user use this component multiple times. Okay, so now I'm not registering it over here. Yeah, I removed here grid component good only. Now library. Okay, now src folder b2e. Now I will expand our project folder here, src app and pages. So here I created one component on feature module like user module. Okay, so in the user module I will inject that, like b2e grid module. Okay, so that b2e grid module, uh, all the necessary files and folder files are there, so we can use those files. Okay, here I will go to user component html. So here see that table is there. Okay, so I will comment this table. Now I will use that package b2e component, copy the selector, and I will use as a selector. Okay, so now we need to check that grid works, the text is coming or not. Okay, now let me build the application. Now the project is compiled. Now open the browser. Okay, so here I already logged in into the system. So first dashboard actually loaded. Now that load user. So here you can check that the grid works, that text is coming. Okay, now if you inspect, then you can check here app user. So app user my container of the page. So and inside that I am using our package, that is library grid. Okay, so now I will show you in my next upcoming video how do we pass the data. Okay, so this grid actually will be completely independent. Okay, so it doesn't depend on any css library or any other third-party tool. Okay, so I will show you how do we pass a class or data source or kind of things, so that that grid will be compatible with bootstrap 3 or bootstrap 4 your or your custom uh, class. Okay, so everywhere it will be it will work, so each and every scenario. So try it by yourself, and still if you have any queries, don't forget to put a message in the comment section below. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.